All right, we're moving on to the submarine fiasco. Let's go.
Now that we can confirm that the 5 passengers aboard the Titan expedition mission to the ocean's floor to witness the wreckage of the Titanic have, in fact, been confirmed dead. Officials say the initial fragments found include a landing frame, a rear cover from the submersible, among other pieces of this vessel.
There is nothing funnier than the fact that the U.S. Navy heard the implosion days prior, but because they have a top secret, like I guess, acoustics device, and they kind of didn't know what it was, they just did not reveal that. And you know, they let every motherfucker. They did tell the Coast Guard they like the drama. They were like, listen, I kind of dig the drama. We like what's going on. We're big fans of the Titanic. We're just gonna let it go. We're not gonna say nothing. We're just gonna let it go.
Well, I've been down there many times. I know the wreck site very well, as does my friend Bob Ballard. I've made 33 dives. I actually calculated that I've spent more time on the ship than the captain did. You know, as a submersible designer myself, I designed and built a sub to go to the deepest place in the ocean, 3 times deeper than Titanic. So I understand.
It's just true. He's so fucking sick, dude. I mean, come on. This motherfucker literally flexing. He's in the pocket. You know what I mean? This is his shit. He's basically saying skill issue. James Cameron, 33, nil, stay winning, get wrecked, rich bozos.
The engineering problems associated with building this type of vehicle and all the safety protocols that you have to go through. Deep submergence diving is a mature art. From the early 60s, where there were, you know, a few accidents, nobody was killed in the deep submergence, until now, is more time than between Kitty Hawk and the flight of the first 747. So if we haven't improved over that period of time, we have improved drastically over that period of time. The certification protocols that all other deep submergence vehicles, except this one, that carry passengers, especially paying passengers, all over the world in tropical waters, deep coral reefs, other wreck sites, and so on.
Bro, he just did the fucking dabbing on the corpse meme, dude. He's out here doing like smoking on the dead pack. Did you see that Oceangate got $450K in PPP loans forgiven? Thank God.
The pressure boundary, which is what they call the hull of the sub, that the people go inside, is obviously first and foremost in our minds as engineers, and we spend so much time and energy on that, and we use all the computerized tools available today, finite element analysis. We worked on our sphere for our deep vehicle that went to the Challenger Deep for over 3 years, just in the computer, before we even made the thing. And then of course we pressure tested it over and over and over.
This is what I was thinking about last night. There is nothing more terrible than being in a sub. Crisscross applesauce. No power. 5 people, 4 of which are billionaires. The worst people on the planet. Mm-hmm. And you're trapped there, and for 5 days, you're shitting on yourself. You're pissing on yourself.
No, they died instantly.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so it's like a better way to go.
The alternative is the implosion. I'll take the implosion every time. I started thinking about last night. I was in Japan watching karaoke. It's 5 a.m. I've been drinking all day. People are singing in sailor uniform. There's a guy playing drums, and I started thinking, what if I'm just one of those people in that sub, and this is my brain experiencing oxygen death, and DMT is pumping. Japan doesn't even exist. This is just my mind creating a reality.
Japan is a figment of my imagination?
Yes. I just had this vision of myself in a sub.
Hey, you gotta lay off the sauce, my man. Holy shit. Have you been following this saga?
Yeah, somebody got into a submarine controlled by an Xbox controller, and shit didn't go right.
Yeah, Marat gets really mad when people talk
like,
about the Xbox controller.
I don't know what else to say, but like somebody got, like, I don't understand why the fuck you would get... I won't even get into a plane that's operated by like a professional pilot if it has a propeller on it, let alone a fucking submarine with an Xbox controller. You fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, unfortunately, everyone's wrong. The real reason why it happened, it's because of wokeness.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's because of wokeness.
Oh, you know what? That's what I thought.
That's right. It's
Totally
still
what I
too
thought.
early to politicize the submarine tragedy, but after all is said and done,
Totally.
we will have to have a national reckoning about how this was all caused by wokeness.
Totally. Well, it was because they were
Are
performing.
they memeing or are they serious?
This hell dude is memeing, but this is a real thing that the quartering said. It's because of wokeness. Why? Why is it woke? Why is this company woke? Turns out the CEO at a certain point said something along the lines of like, we want a more diverse group of individuals to hire from because like white guys and their stories are not inspiring enough. We were looking at what James Cameron is saying.
The similarity of the Titanic disaster itself, where the captain was repeatedly warned about ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed at full speed into an ice field on a moonless night, and many people died as a result. And for a very similar tragedy where warnings went unheeded to take place at the same exact site, with all the diving that's going on all around the world, I think is just astonishing. It's really quite surreal.
It's just also funny that like it has failed in every other way leading up to this moment in multiple different dives, and they didn't even fix any of those other issues.
That's what I'm saying.
Including the dive where they got fucking lost for 5 hours, and they could not be they couldn't find them.
But how did they convince these people to get on this fucking?
Once that happens,
how
the
did they
f-
convince people to do it?
Wait, what do you mean? People are fucking psychotically obsessed with the Titanic, apparently.
I mean, I went down a Titanic rabbit hole, but I never would go down in the ocean.
I don't even understand why people are so obsessed with Titanic. I actually genuinely don't get it. Like, it's a decent movie, but like, what the fuck is the point? Like, you're literally looking at the dead corpse of a goddamn ship. A digital simulation of the Oceangate submarine imploding due to deep sea pressures has been released on TikTok. The instant collapse of the pressure of the hull would immediately heat in the air and the sub around the surface and the sun of the sun's temperature as a wall of metal and seawater smashed one end of the boat to the other, all in around 30 milliseconds.
Yes. No. I mean, I don't know about the 30 milliseconds or the heat of the sun, but yeah, implosions are. Think about it this way. Right now, we're standing at sea level, right? It's 14 point something psi around you. That's atmospheric pressure.
Okay.
Down there, it's like a couple of thousand.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So what is it? Does
You're
it turn
holding
into
up
like
water,
a fucking...
right? Imagine they put a foot of water on top of your hand. Imagine they put 10. Imagine they put 20,000 feet of water. And that's just all on you.
That would suck.
Oh, here. Similar to this, but not, but like way
But
more
that's
severe.
14 psi.
Yeah, that was way more severe.
Oh. But again, the pressures that we're talking about are insane underwater.
This is the effect on a human-shaped dummy made of pig parts with bones, muscle, fat, skin, midsection of guts at 135 psi. In comparison, the depths of the Titanic would be around an implosion of 5,600, 6,000 psi.
So that's the other thing. People were like talking about how it was on the outside. You're not surviving that. The
Yeah.
only time it would matter is it once you actually got to the surface. But then I assume you have a ship that's going to come get you anyway, right?
Murat, I don't buy any of this. I'm gonna tell you why.
Neither do I, dude.
I'm gonna tell you why.
The Earth is flat, and so is the ocean.
Well, how do fish live down there, Murat? They're not made of metal.
You saw the isopods?
Dude, true. They didn't suffer at least. Literally, their molecular structure was changed. Not a single part of their body was left. You think that's what happened?
Yeah, wow.
They turned into fucking mist. Well, then how did they fucking find the wreckage? I guess it is like a crumpled Coke can.
Yeah. Would you go that way, or would you want to run out of oxygen?
Well,
Running out of oxygen is kind of great.
a couple of things that like caught my
euphoric.
attention when James Cameron was talking was one, they said they had sensors, so they might have seen it coming. That would have been pretty scary. And two, he said that they released their counterweights to like do an emergency ascension.
Oh,
So like they were scared.
Maybe the glass cracked. Oh.
That's so. Oh god, that like gave me chills.
Dude, do you know the story about the first submarines?
No.
Michael Reeves told me about it. He told me that it was the Confederacy. They made a submarine like out of wood.
I assumed it
And
didn't work.
it was human crank powered. And they put like a Looney Tunes amount of like TNT on the end of a stick. And they like submarined it up to a Union boat. And then they
Oh, I
all
heard-
exploded. They all died.
The young kid didn't even want to go. That's the saddest part.
No.
Yeah. Apparently, his aunt said that he didn't want to go. He was terrified before the trip to Titanic, but went to please his dad because the trip fell over Father's Day weekend. He didn't want to do it.
Billionaires are the fucking worst, dude.
Yeah.
Something truly tragic happened. What's important here is to learn from it.
Yeah. Don't fucking.
What's the lesson? If you're a billionaire, make sure your deep ocean submersible gets certified before you go $1 million sightseeing to the Titanic.
Correct.
What the fuck is the lesson, Murat?
I'm glad you brought that up because that's exactly what I was planning on doing. I was like, oh shit, man. I mean, I'm a big fan of submersibles.
Skidoo-ba-doo-bow.